Hello, greetings. I am Gilles Mention. I come again to speak today. I'm going to make only one video today to speak about this process of ascension. There is more and more people that are tuning into this ability, this knowledge, this aptitude, this belief of understanding that there is more than what we have been taught in life, that life is more, there is something more to life than what we've been taught. And because there is this cosmic clock that has been ticking, and so for me the cosmic clock happened 30 years ago. So it's like this awakening inside, and for a lot of light workers, this awakening comes. There's a call that is called from the heart that is being called. We are being called to awaken, to ascend, to take to assert our truth, and to let this truth be known. But for many other people, the cosmic clock is us. We are the cosmic clock. We are here to wake them up, and so this will happen more and more and more as time goes on. Personally, I'm looking for an inner liberation and outer liberation. I hope my outer liberation comes from before my inner liberation. I know both is coming, but outer liberation would mean that I'll be able to publish my book, I'll be able to move, I'll be able to start my project, my galleries, my salon, my company, and to be able to find some kind of stabilization with my earthly project. My inner liberation comes from the fact that I will be able to completely ascend into the realm of infinity and regain all my magic and spiritual powers. For this will happen. I hope my soul is kind enough to offer me some kind of freedom before I have to complete this whole cellular transmutation, because achieving infinite perfection takes time. It's like no matter, even when we are aware, we have all those cellular memories, past lives, and even during childhood, we had all those traumas that we had to deal with. I will take two examples. First, in past life. This doesn't happen to me in the mountains. I do not feel vertigo when I'm in a mountain. I'm completely comfortable. But when I'm in a high rise and I look down, if I don't have anything, I feel like this fear of falling into the into the void. And so, but this comes from a past life where this actually happened. We tried everything. We tried every kind of death in past life. And one of them, I know, when in my past life, I must have just fallen into my death through falling down from a building or of some kind. And so this will be solved when I master this process of levitation. Because once you levitate, you're no longer afraid, because you can just you have this anti-gravity principle that will stabilize. But this will come a bit down the road. For now, and also in terms of childhood traumas, we all had childhood traumas that we have to deal with. I'll take one example from my own life. When I was 1.5 years old, I was starting to walk. And my mother was living on the first floor, and she was opening. I was like, she put me down on the floor, and then she opens it, and I walk down, and I fall down a whole flight of stairs, and I bloom, 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 bloom. It was a marble stairs, and she thought I was dead. She was completely panicked, but I had nothing, not a single bruise, nothing. Yet now, whenever I see on a movie or on the street, well, not that much on the street, but even in a movie, when I see somebody falling down, I feel the hurt of the impact of the fall that they're actually feeling. It's like this is like something that I feel deeply inside of me. So I have to. It's like something that I feel the pain of them falling down. But when they're stuntmen, they're used to that. But I feel them more than they probably do even. So those things need to be resolved. They are cellular memories that we have to resolve. Sometimes I feel like a puppet in the hand of God. It's like God putting an obstacle. He knows I'm going to fail, so I'm going to put me through an obstacle. I fell, and then I felt this complete guilt and about failing the obstacle. Yet there is never an obstacle that is put before us that we are not able to overcome. Otherwise, they would not be there. So it is for our highest good. The understanding God is love, mercy, and ministry. For some days are better than others. Some days you feel more confident, and some days you feel more difficult, and so it's part of the process here on the earth. I know that soon I will be able to do trans-channeling. Trans-channeling is like removing your consciousness to allow another spirit to come from the crown or come from the heart, so that he can take over your speech patterns in communicating a message. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it in French or English or what will happen, or automatic writing. Also, you have a question. You allow your hands to your spirit to take over the power of your hands, so it can eventually write down answers for you. Some great books have been written through automatic writing. Understanding where we are now is okay. We can do things from now, from here and now is really where we need to do. Although there may be, through this process of cleansing, there is still blockages. I feel I cannot reach this realm of infinity. Before the cleansing, I felt very comfortable. I could go into the realm of infinity and come back, like Plotin. but through this process, it's like I'm like being deprived of certain of the powers I had before, but I will be able to realize far more at the end of the process. So I know I have to trust that. Also connect. I want you to understand. We want to connect to our multidimensional nature, and sometimes we feel like it would be a good thing that the first contact would happen, the galactic would come, but it's not for tomorrow because men are too much into war and separation yet. They're too violent for that to happen. But we want to encourage that to happen. The galactics are welcome here on the Earth. They're welcome to intervene. We want to call on them so they can intervene. And for the advanced extraterrestrials and the galactic and the archangels and the angels, when they will be able to come down, they will put an end to suffering. They will put an end to illness. They will put an end to poverty. Everything will be taken care of, and society will blossom, and everybody will be happy on this planet. It's just men that have been taking. Some people, groups of people, have taken control of this matrix, and they're taking humanity in hostage in some ways. So, but this every day there is steps that are being made behind the veil that every day is getting closer to that. For we can already this first contact. I made this first contact in 1992 officially, through the ship and everything. But now I feel like if once I have a house and a garden and a place that's sufficiently quiet and from the rest of civilization, and I can raise the frequency of the place, I will be able to bring down ships, like in Close Encounter of the Third Kind. They did it outside of the society, but we can already to do this physical contact. That will be interesting, but there is no need for physical contact. Physical contact will solve the problems of the world. For now, we need to create this, to reconnect, to know the contact is already there. We are fifth dimensional family and galactic families. And so I know I have this personal relationship also I'm trying to align to, but there's this very powerful veil that prevents me from seeing anything about her. And it's the same thing with her, and I just hope that this will come together. We'll see. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. But it still makes it very delicate and difficult. We want to connect also to the inner Earth. The inner Earth are our cousins. They're very much like us, but they moved a long time ago from fourth to fifth dimension, and our challenge is far greater because we have to move from third to fifth dimension. So, but eventually they do want to reconnect with us because they have so much to teach us and to assist us with. And so it is we welcome also the Agarthen to intervene. Sometimes they come to the surface, but they're disguised as humans, so we don't see them. And so this will happen. What else did I want to say? I'm going to pull a few cards. So I'm going to speak about the art. I'm going to pull 4 cards for the Angel Tarot. Personally, I'm not here to change the world. If God asks me to intervene on some level, I will for sure to assist humanity and the planet. But for now, I want to get it on with my company, my project, bringing this new renaissance, this cultural project about showing art, about selling art, about moving, promoting products that are really high qualities, that are very durable and are eco-friendly. It's much about quality and durability, and they can be art, they can be artistic object, can be fashion, it can be jewelry that will be increasing the level of frequency. There is all kinds of it's a big project, and it's got many things and many aspects to it. I just want to put the first stone. I want to start to build something, and then it will flow naturally forwards. And so I'm going to have to move into action very soon, somehow. For now, my action spirit is asking me to paint, so I paint, but it continues to increase my production, but it does not make me go forward in terms of socialization of my purpose. For now, the highest wisdom is about resting. It's finding this rest and relaxation. It's this equinox time. It's time for relaxation, to regeneration, to be prepared. What we need to understand is optimism, to stay optimistic in relationship to what we see before us. What we have to do is patience. It's about being patient, because it's a process. It's a process. We have to. We want everything will happen in divine timing, and so we trust that. And the outcome is apprentissage. It's about study. It's about learning. We are learning every day. We're learning new things that make us better creator, more self-aware. I came to realize that for me, it may happen differently for other people, but my vertical alignment is really what I seek, is vertical alignment to the Father God on the upper plane, and the one above it all, the supreme being that can come, bring this energy down from the realm of infinity down into my physical body. But then that's the Father energy, but then the Mother energy is all around, everywhere. It is the love of the Mother is everywhere around, and so it is the divine union between this inner vertical alignment to the horizontal Mother divine feminine alignment. So it's the alignment with the pillar of light and the cross of matter. So it is all about blending those two energies. And so the divine creators of our universe wants the struggle on the earth to end, this destruction, this environmental destruction. And so we welcome their intervention, and they're already acting with that, I'm sure. And so I'm gonna the paintings behind me is like this one is a transition painting. It's kind of an interesting painting. It's an interior. It's one of the first interior I did. It's signed and dated Mansillon 2004. So in this interior there is on the central painting is the 7 families of spirit beings. Can't really see the details. Maybe you can. It's still, but it's and then there is a Mondrian on the right, and there is some kind of like Mark Roscoe, and like a green Mark Roscoe, and there is those 2 beings that are more on the Matisse kind of feeling. They're like blue character, and they're symbolistic of the inspired Trinity spirits. I wanted to put them in my paintings because the inspired Trinity spirits are very mysterious beings. Like even the spiritual realm do not know anything about them. They know they exist, they do not know their function or what they do, but they are to inspire the world and move things along. So and so in many sense, and only the mighty the solitary messengers are about to detect them, and my I am present showed me the presence of inspired Trinity spirits. And so I thought I put them here. I said to call that to inspire Trinity spirit in an interior. So because they do not have form in reality, they just take in a form here for the purpose of being present. And so because when I draw, my drawings are about 3-4 years ahead of my paintings, and when I paint, the painting are about 3-4 years ahead of what I will receive energetically. So painting is like for me, it's like a way to unfold my spirituality. And this other painting is from 1995. It's very sick. It's a poem. It's a beautiful poem. It's in English. It's a channeled messages about the love of God, and it goes like this. This divine love, that's the title of the poem. I come to you again today overwhelmed by an intense affection, and what I have for you is my love that I cannot fully express because the limitation of language in which no word can nearly convey the true effusion of my heart. My beloved children, I am love, and love is me. My love is a perpetual fountain that flows and inundates the cosmos, pervading all living creatures and channel all paths of life. It manifests itself in adversity, pulsates in every single breath of every living cell of the cosmos, and vibrates in the living soul of the world. It can be said that my love knows no limit, no bound. Only those who grasp the truth can experience its presence, which embraces and transcends all times and all spaces. It's a beautiful poem. It really inspired me. And I did one of my first important painting was a poem like this. It's on a bed sheet. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. It's about 2 meter by 2 meter. But I have a lot of large painting. I have to wait till I moved into a studio where I can frame those, so I can be able to show them. Large paintings are always very enjoyable. I enjoy them. And so I did about 3 versions of that. The other version was very beautiful, very Jackson Pollock, very expressionist, and it was stolen in Miami Beach. I'm hoping to be able to recover some of the stolen paintings I had in the past, as well as retrieve all the paintings I have spread around in America that I could not retrieve, that I loaned on friend on loan. And so I pray God that everything will turn out right in any event. For everything belongs to God, and so it's like everything that's within my power is within my power, and there are certain things that are outside of my power. I have to trust God that God will take care of that. For God will take care of the world. God is as a universal spirit, is all powerful. So when He sees the need to change something change. We have to trust and believe that and know that, and to align ourselves with that divine path and potential to play our part, our role, in the most sincere way possible. I'm going to finish with a song and then put a last card. It's a song by John Lennon. It's called Imagine. John Lennon was an atheist, but he wrote some amazing spiritual songs. It's like, and I see him sometimes in the astral planes. He's a guide and friend. It goes like this. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Hey, hey, hey. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Ooh, 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 you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions, I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Ooh, 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 you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Beautiful song, eternal. It will remain for the rest of time. Those kind of songs are priceless. And there was the singer of Pink Floyd, Roger Waters, who was saying if John Lennon had done some meditation, he would have known, he would have figured out that God is. But he didn't need to do that. He was not part of his past yet. He wrote some beautiful song, and so we thank him. I'm going to pull a last card, and the card of the day is the Lady of Gabriel. Passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. You can right now undertake anything. Go towards what you aspire. Attract the people capable to help you, to assist you. So we do that. We call on God, we call on the Archangel to bring all the people we need to fulfill. For life is a collective project that we undertook, and even my project will be there's going to be the need to engage the attention and energy of a lot of people to be complementing each other. But there will be great fulfillment, and so we'll bring something completely new to the picture of the world, and so we'll be very it's going to be very fulfilling, I'm sure, and for all the people that will participate in this new renaissance. I hope you do as well, and I wish you a wonderful day, and I thank you very much. Namaste.